In today's wrap-up, a criminal case has been initiated against former president of the Football Federation, Ruben Hayrapetyan. Armenian authorities have introduced fines for those who do not carry masks outdoors. Russia has rejected the Armenian government's request for lower gas prices. And 20 members of the far-right Adekvad group have been detained. Ruben Hayrapetyan, former president of the Football Federation, business magnate and ex-MP, has had a criminal case initiated against him. His son, Rafik Hayrapetyan, has also been charged in connection with the embezzling of over $120,000 in relation to a luxury resort owned by the family. Ruben Hayrapetyan was summoned for questioning, but had already left Armenia in March to seek medical treatment abroad. His lawyer stated that he would only return to Armenia once his treatment is complete and flights resume. Ruben Hayrapetyan had already been detained in February for alleged possession of illegal arms and had also been questioned with relation to corruption during his tenure as head of the Football Federation between 2002 and 2018. Ruben Hayrapetyan is widely seen as close to former President Sargsyan, being a member of the former ruling Republican Party. The Armenian parliament has voted unanimously to allow police to apply fines to people who do not carry a mask when outside. Law enforcers now have the ability to apply $20 fines to those who flout the rules. Although it is not mandatory to wear face masks when in the street, all citizens must carry one when outdoors and must wear them when entering an enclosed public space. This comes as Armenia reported 230 new cases of COVID-19, raising the total number of cases to 5,271. 255 more recoveries were also reported, marking the first time recoveries outpaced new cases in weeks, and 3 more deaths were reported, raising the death toll to 67. During a video conference between the leaders of the Eurasian Economic Union member states, Russian President Vladimir Putin rejected requests for Russia to set uniform energy tariffs. Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko pushed for a uniform price throughout the Union, as Armenia and Belarus pay more for Russian gas than Russian domestic consumers. The Belarusian president also lamented that Belarusians have to pay higher prices for Russian gas than German consumers have to. Meanwhile, Kazakhstani President Tokayev and the Kyrgyzstani president seemed to side with Putin. Putin responded that prices are currently based on market conditions and that greater integration of EEU members must be achieved first, with a single system of budget and taxation. This comes as Gazprom Armenia, a subsidiary of Russian gas giant Gazprom, raised its tariff by 10% last year and has announced that it plans to further increase prices in July. Russia is the main supplier of natural gas to Armenia, and Armenia currently pays $165 for 1,000 cubic meters of gas. 20 members of Adekvad, a far-right group, have been taken into custody by police. According to the police, members of the group were flouting emergency state orders, including a ban on public gatherings. Members of the group were holding a protest in front of a police department where the leader of the group, Artur Danielyan, was being interrogated by police. Danielyan had recently gotten involved in a physical altercation with Vice President of the National Assembly, Alen Simonyan. Adekvad members have had run-ins with the law before. On January 28th, police in Yerevan conducted a series of coordinated detentions of far-right activists on weapon and drug-related charges, which were ultimately unfounded. And finally, Սիվիլնեթի Armenian spoke to the Chief of Staff at Armenia's Office of the High Commissioner for Diaspora Affairs, Sara Anjargolyan. Anjargolyan is also a co-founder of Yerevan's Impact Hub. She spoke about the different projects being worked on to bring diasporans to Armenia, but remarked on disruptions caused to these initiatives by the pandemic. She also spoke about how the High Commission is working to end misconceptions about Armenia within diasporan communities and vice versa. Anjargolyan stated that various online meetings had been held to see what they can implement in the near future.